An investigation is underway for a Boeing worker who died recently. The Technical College of the Lowcountry has been awarded a substantial grant, and we'll bring you highlights from this weekend's Beaufort Beauties. All that and much more. Keep watching Beaufort. Your news starts now. Thanks for joining us for the Beaufort News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and here are your local headlines. The Technical College of the Lowcountry Foundation has recently been awarded a large grant to help fund important school equipment. The Community Foundation of the Lowcountry awarded a $50,000 investment grant to support the purchase of a high-fidelity simulator for health sciences programs. TCL executives said the funds would directly benefit the students and enhance their learning experience while at the college. The new equipment will be able to simulate human body functions, and an award ceremony was held to celebrate this generous grant. In other local news, Beaufort Beauties took place at the Shed in Port Royal over the weekend to raise money in support of some deserving charities. We'll go to Libby on location for that story.
Thanks, Jessa. I'm Kevin Libby on location in Port Royal for Beaufort Beauties. It's become a low-country tradition, and it's a wonderful fundraiser for 3 local charities. Everyone's favorite local celebrity and former Saturday Night Live cast member Terry Sweeney was on hand as the ravishing Lucinda Ravenel.
Oh, be gentle with them. It's their first time. All right, what are we waiting for? It's time to introduce our beauties, to bring them on stage and let them show you what they got and who they are. Let's hear it for our Beaufort Beauties.
Coordinated by Main Street Beaufort, the pageant's proceeds benefited Help of Beaufort, Alzheimer's Family Services, and the Child Abuse Prevention Association. Contestants were graded on multiple categories, including talent. So Philpia, Mayor Billy's cousin Michael Kaiserling, wowed the crowd with her symbolic gestures. As Lucille Balls, it was Paul Cole of Paul Cole Design who opted to let his hair down with a Shania Twain cover.
I feel like a woman.
As the tempting Hova Kane, it was Jeff Droude of the United States Navy. Also on loan from the U.S. Navy was Walter Bradford, known as the alluring Double D. As the nimble young Porsche Royale, it was the town of Port Royal's Van Willis. And don't look too fast, because if you're a fan of this program, you might know our own town Councilman Joe Lee, who made his own appearance as the elegant, older Porsche Royale.
Well, he came down to earth and lit in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me.
But alas, every pageant must have its winner. And this year, it was WHHI sponsor and owner of the Greenery, Jerry Ashmore. Jessa, I'm here with Madam Heidi Fleissmeister, Miss Congeniality, who raised the most money. Heidi, how do you feel?
Man, I feel great. The most important part of this whole deal was to raise money for charities. And we did it. We put the hay in the barn. And I'm glad to be Miss Congeniality for Beaufort Beauties 2013. Thank you.
Heidi, thank you. Jessa, back to you.
Thanks, Kevin. Also taking place over the weekend was the biggest Easter egg hunt Hardyville has ever seen. Many turned out for the 10 a.m. Saturday event hosted by the Hardyville Recreation Department. The festivities were completed with a coloring contest, pictures with the Easter Bunny, music, food, and carnival games. Hundreds of prizes were given out to children who were in search of over 4,000 eggs. A community health fair will be held on Wednesday, April 10th at the Helena House in Port Royal. A variety of complimentary health screenings will be offered in addition to balance and fall risk assessments. A complimentary breakfast buffet will be provided for all who attend. Make sure you register for the gift basket and gift card giveaways. The event will be from 9 a.m. to noon and is free and open to the public. And here's what's happening around the state. Authorities say a worker at the Boeing plant in North Charleston has died just 11 days after falling at the aircraft plant. Charleston County Coroner's Office said 38-year-old David Priester was hurt when he fell from a platform and died Friday at the hospital from a brain injury. Boeing issued a statement saying the company was providing support to Priester's family and co-workers. An investigation is underway as to why David Priester fell. Animal rescue and shelter groups still have major concerns about proposed state legislation after a meeting designed to control their fears. The bill was put together at the request of the South Carolina Association of Veterinarians to put limits on services offered by rescue and shelter groups. Leader of the veterinarians group came away from the meeting hopeful that the groups had found some common ground. However, opposers say the real issue is affordable veterinary care. If you'd like additional information on these headlines, you can reference the media sources you see listed on your screen. Also, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Stick around because we're checking in with Pamela Brownstein of the Island News, who tells us what's hot off the press. And our own Kevin Libby was there for the Republican meet and greet. We'll show you the highlights after the break.
Low Country Real Estate is located in historic downtown Beaufort, home to one of the most attractive real estate markets in America. We've been providing high-quality service to our community for the past 24 years. Whether you're interested in buying or selling residential, resort, or commercial investment property, our professional sales staff can help you with your real estate needs. Please visit lowcountryrealestate.com for details on all available properties in Beaufort and come see how the Low Country becomes you.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. Joining us first is Pamela Brownstein, joining us from Island News with our hot off the press report. So Pamela, I want to get right to this grant that the Technical College of the Low Country received from the Community Foundation of the Low Country. Talk to us a little bit about this.
Well, the Technical College of the Low Country recently received a $50,000 grant, community investment grant from the Community Foundation of the Low Country.
And what exactly is this grant going to be used for? I know they've got big plans.
Yeah, the grant will be used to support the purchase of a high-fidelity simulator for a health sciences program known as SimMan. The simulator can be programmed to mimic cardiac and pulmonary incidents, disease symptoms, and even patient responses to pain. And because of these lifelike simulations, the SimMan will help students using real life scenarios.
And I want to talk to you just real briefly about the Beaufort Master Plan presentations. What kind of public presentations will the City of Beaufort be holding?
Sure. The city will be holding meetings for area residents and groups throughout April to show them Beaufort's master plan. And for those interested in attending, all the meetings will be held at City Hall.
All right, wonderful. And is there a way that residents can find out a little bit more about the Beaufort Civic Master Plan?
Sure. The presentations and the actual documents can be found online at their website at www.cityofbeaufort.org. And additional information about the master planning process can also be found online. And Councilman McFee will be on later to give more details about the Beaufort Master Plan.
All right, perfect. We look forward to that. And real quick, I do want to talk to you about the Beaufort Yacht and Sailing Club. What can you tell us about the annual Jean Rebo Cup held by the Beaufort Yacht and Sailing Club that's coming up? Sure.
The Beaufort Yacht and Sailing Club is sponsoring its annual Jean Rebo Cup and Beaufort Race weekend. It's a sailing regatta, and it starts on this Friday, April 5th, and it will go until Monday, April 8th. And 2 races are planned for the Cup, and it'll be in Port Royal Sound, and there'll be about 20 boats involved with the race, so it looks real pretty on the water. Something to check out this weekend.
All right, well, we look forward to it. Pamela Brownstein with the Island News, thank you so much for your hot off the press report.
Thanks, Jessa.
Next, the Beaufort Visitor Center was the site of a meet and greet sponsored by the Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce this week.
The big business here in Beaufort is the Republican primary runoff election between Curtis Bostic and former Governor Mark Sanford. On Monday, the Beaufort Regional Chamber of Commerce held a candidate meet and greet. Both Republican candidates got the opportunity to be able to share their views and opinions and give their last-minute stump before the election on Tuesday.
I'm running for Congress and would sure appreciate your vote on Tuesday. in part because I think we have a spending debacle in Washington, D.C. that if we don't get under control, is going to have real implications in terms of the value of the dollar, in terms of whatever we've saved to date or hope to save, and frankly in terms of the American way of life and the dreams that it has historically afforded. I think that I bring an unusual level of conviction and experience in terms of trying to do something about government spending, whether that's being rated #1 in the whole Congress in votes to limit federal spending and taxation by the National Taxpayers Union, or being rated the financially most conservative governor in the United States of America. But the bottom line is I would like to go to Washington to make a difference in terms of your wallet, your pocketbook would ask for your vote.
Beaufort, our website is stopspending.com, stopspending.com, because we believe that there is nothing more important for our nation right now than to stop the runaway fiscal train. We've got to stop the spending. In order to do that, we've got to bring people together. I have a history of bringing people together around conservative causes so that we can limit the size of this government, so we can diminish its effect. We've got to stop the spending. We've got to slow our government down. So I'm asking for your vote. Would you vote for me Tuesday? Give me the opportunity to go to Washington and serve you. I've lived a life of service as a United States Marine, as a small businessman, and as a philanthropist. I want to serve you, and I'm asking for your vote.
I'm here with an undecided voter, Fred Peters. So, Fred, talk a little bit about what brought you out here to this candidate forum today.
Well, I came out today to see what the two candidates, what their opinions and their attitudes or their objectives are in the way of gun control. I feel that the Constitution, the Second Amendment tells us that we should be able to carry weapons, we should be able to use them and own them. And that's what I'm looking for in a candidate today, somebody that will support the Second Amendment and get rid of the fanatics that want all weapons restricted or just what they claim are assault weapons.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you. For the Beaufort Business Report, I'm Jaime Dailey-Vergara.
When we return, the Jasper County School District Teacher of the Year is here to give us her thoughts on education, and we'll bring you an update on the Beaufort Civic Master Plan in more details. That's after the break.
Hi, my name is Matt McElhaney, owner of City Loft Hotel, an upscale boutique hotel in downtown Beaufort. We are proud to be consistently ranked as the #1 hotel in Beaufort based on TripAdvisor's guest ratings and comments. At City Loft, we value our neighbors in the Lowcountry. Whether you're taking friends by boat or need a romantic getaway in Beaufort, let us at City Loft extend hospitality while introducing what's new in urban hotel design. At City Loft Hotel, we are committed to customer service. When you stay here, you're always a local.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. Joining us is Sheila White, the kindergarten teacher who is Jasper County School District's Teacher of the Year. Welcome, Sheila.
Thank you.
Now, Sheila, I want to talk to you a little bit about this award, but first talk to us about how long you've been teaching and your role in this district.
I've been teaching for 11 years, all in Jasper County School District. I've taught pre-kindergarten for 10 years, and this is my first year teaching kindergarten.
Wow, that's very impressive. And how many students does your current class consist of?
Currently, I have 22 students in my class, but of the 22 students that I have, 17 are my students from last year. I looped with my kids from pre-kindergarten last year to kindergarten this year. So out of 22, I have 17 from last year and 5 new students.
Okay, well that's very interesting. And talk to us a little bit about your philosophy of education. I know you have a different outlook.
Well, I feel that any child can learn in an environment that's conducive to learning. If you walk into my classroom, you're going to see differentiated instruction going on. You're never going to see 22 of my students doing the same thing at the same time. I try to cater whatever they're doing based on their needs, instead of have all the kids doing one thing at one time. I do things differently in my classroom.
Absolutely, and that's so special and different how you do that. And this is why you've been named the Jasper County Teacher of the Year. So talk to us a little bit about this award and how it feels to have received such an honor.
Whew, I was shocked. Just being nominated as Regional Elementary Teacher of the Year was an honor. So that night when we had the ceremony and they announced me as Jasper County School District Teacher of the Year, I was elated. I was shocked. I wasn't expecting it, so I was very, very overwhelmed, but happy at the same time. So I was excited about it.
Well, Sheila, we wish you the best of luck and such congratulations on such an important award. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Joining us now is Mike McFee, our Beaufort City Councilman and liaison to the Beaufort Redevelopment Commission. Welcome, Mike.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So, Mike, we want to talk to you about the Beaufort Civic Master Plan in more detail. And Beaufort recently celebrated its 300th birthday. How does this plan connect history in the future?
You know, being chartered in 1711 as a 300-year-old city, we've always had really bold ideas and bright visions for the city. So the Civic Master Plan actually takes us forward into the 21st century and actually embodies the ideas of moving forward, embracing and celebrating our waterfront, which is one of our key amenities, strengthening and growing our historic downtown area, protecting our natural resources, our waterways, our marshes, our parks and our trees, and actually growing jobs in relation to those, sharing those key amenities with our private investment and our regional partners, and actually growing the city. Actually doing city building is what we call it.
Well, very good. And what about the Beaufort Redevelopment Commission's role in all of this work? Talk to us about that.
You know, it's a really important part. They're sort of our brain trust, our think tank as an arm of the council as a commission. And they're aggressively pursuing an enhanced Beaufort, a sustainable Beaufort. And by doing that, they're actually embracing growth and development by encouraging businesses and other reinvestment in the city. And because I serve on the commission as well, it's important communication-wise to have that liaison position and having that information back and forth between council. They regularly meet with the council to give us updates on their progress and their projects.
Absolutely. And why exactly is all this change needed? I know some work has already been done. What's the overall goal here?
You know, it's amazing. People always are sort of taken aback when they realize that we live in one of the fastest growing counties in South Carolina. But over the last 20 years, the population of the city of Beaufort has actually stayed the same or decreased. And so that's part of what their real goal in moving forward is, to grow in infill development and build new businesses, new jobs in the city, actually create an environment where investment will want to come back into the city. We've lost business to the population centers as they moved out of the city areas. So we're trying to bring more of that back in and reaffirm some of that growth and development for the city.
All right, Mike, well, that sounds like some very interesting stuff. We look forward to seeing those changes. Mike McFee, our Beaufort City Councilman and liaison to Beaufort Redevelopment, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
After the break, Councilman Jolie brings us news from Port Royal, and Mark Shaffer is out and about with the latest in entertainment coming up.
Is it time to purchase for the one-of-a-kind person in your life? Over 60 years of service distinguishes Modern Jewelers as one of South Carolina's preeminent jewelry stores.
We're proud to have been voted Beaufort's #1 jewelry store 10 years in a row. Come visit us at 807 Bay Street.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. Joining us now is Councilman Jolie, who's here to bring us our Port Royal report. Now, Joe, I want to ask you, I know there's a 5K and a 10K run coming up in Port Royal, so talk to us about this if you would.
I sure will, Jessa. April the 6th, 7:30 in the evening at a Naval Heritage Park in Port Royal. There will be a 5K and a 10K run, and it goes to benefit Praise Adopts. This is a world organization that goes through adoptions, and we're real pleased to have this race, and it's a pretty unique event. The reason that it's unique is it's called a glow run, and the participants have on reflective clothes, and along the parade route, which of course will be in the evening, there'll be black lights, and so the parade participants will glow in the dark, and we're looking forward to it. It's never happened in Port Royal before, and we're asking if you don't run and walk, come out and stand and cheer, because it'll be a pretty fun thing to watch.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to that one absolutely coming up. And I want to ask you also about a cleanup day that the town is sponsoring. Tell us about this event.
Well, yes, the town has put together a cleanup day on April the 13th, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. at Casablanca Park, located in behind CVS Pharmacy. A lot of residents that move into town say where they came from, they were involved in cleanups. So the town has put together a program where these people can be involved, and Historic Port Royal Foundation has agreed to jump in and help organize these. So we look forward to a lot of events in the cleanup area, and we do thank Riverview Charter School for their help last week with the students. They went around Port Royal and cleaned up a lot of area, and we really thank them for that.
Well, that's just wonderful. Some great cleanup projects and an exciting run coming up. So thank you so much, Jolie, for your Port Royal report.
Thank you, Jessa.
Next, we're going out and about with Mark Shaffer to find out what's new in local entertainment this week. Mark?
Thanks a lot. Let's start with the award-winning Lunch and Learn series as it returns to the Port Royal Farmers Market Saturday the 13th. This popular series of lectures and demonstrations presented by the Lowcountry Master Gardeners Association, and it's been drawing bigger crowds every year. All you have to do is bring a folding chair and lunch, or you can pick up something at the farmers market and settle in for some words of wisdom from those in the know on how to make things grow. The series kicks off with a presentation by Dale Bruce called Beautiful but Deadly, examining the myth and mystery behind poisonous plants you may or may not have in your yard. The following week, Alice Massey discusses container water gardens, the most carefree type of gardening around. Lunch and Learn runs for 22 weeks this year, and once again, the free series starts Saturday the 13th at Heritage Park in Port Royal. Now, just over a year ago, Awaken the Dragon took the Audience Choice and Best Documentary Awards at the Beaufort International Film Festival. This poignant message of hope, teamwork, and commitment has gone on to win awards all over the country. Liz Oakley's documentary catapults an unlikely crew of Charleston cancer survivors into a new way of being and seeing themselves, redefining the word sick and reframing the meaning of their diagnosis. These individuals transform into a single force of power and beauty. Now, several Beaufort cancer survivors were so inspired by the film, they immediately launched Dragon Boat Beaufort, and now Awaken the Dragon will get an encore screening at the USCB Center for the Arts on Thursday, April the 11th at 6 p.m. Admission is just $10, and the proceeds will benefit Dragon Boat Beaufort Cancer Survivor programs. You can call the Center for the Arts for more info at 521-4145. And finally, Mac Rogers is the featured artist at the Beaufort Art Association Gallery through May 11th with an exhibit called Water, Water Everywhere. Mac's probably best known for images of low-country life, and there are plenty of those in this collection, but he also includes work inspired by his travels to Venice, England, and the Mediterranean. The exhibit features landscapes, people, and things, all unified by the presence or the mere hint of water. A reception honoring Mac Rogers will be held on Friday evening, April 5th at 5:30 in the BAA Gallery at 913 Bay Street. The public is invited. Savannah Harpus Leslie Adair will be performing, and the reception is free. Now you can call 521-4444 for more information. And as always, pick up a free copy of Lowcountry Weekly or click on lcweekly.com to find out what's out and about. That's it. Back to you.
Thanks, Mark, and thank you for watching. I'm Jessa Jeremiah. Join us next time for your Beaufort News.